everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. One key thing to watch today will be the battle in the trenches. The Vikings are top 10 in rush yards allowed, and they're going up against a Seahawks team that will need to figure out how much it can count on the run. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 15-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner and #1 overall pick from Oklahoma. It's Sam Bradford.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. The one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys have been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's... And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. K.J. Wright in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
On second down, here's McCarron. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
From the gun, it's McCarron. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And some room to work. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make
blitz coming, and down he goes. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So Sam Bradford forced to leave this ball game. And look who's going to get a shot here in relief. It's Robert Griffin III. Play action. It's Griffin. But the pressure gets to him again. Cliff Averill in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And some room to roam now. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Spencer Lanning now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. McCarron now on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Baldwin. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Let's go. From midfield, here's McCarron. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. And he fires one incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Working from the gun here, McCarron. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And the Seahawks defense working their way back out onto the field. And we watch now how effective they've been, how disruptive they've been in the backfield.
And what's been so difficult for the offense is that you know that they spent all week rehearsing these things, working on blitz pickups, protections, knowing where the pressure is likely to come from. They've read the scouting reports. They've watched the tape. But sometimes, under pressure, that coordination breaks down, and I think that's what we're seeing here.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to pump the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
There's Griffin to throw. K.J. Wright in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returnable here from the 38. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing on first. Here's McCarron. And that'll be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To throw is McCarron. They'll roll him out right. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. He's got Curse. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. McCarron on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a 1st down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there, and 2nd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Lacey will try again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. McCarron to throw. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A.J. McCarron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jaron Reed continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. So they got the deal done, and now he can just focus on football. He's got that behind him. Family not going anywhere. Staying put. He can focus on football.
And I like how you mentioned the family, because that's a huge part of it, because everyone needs to be happy and comfortable. And, you know, while this process was going on, people had to be wondering, especially within his own crew, are we going to have to move? Are we going to have to change things? Not anymore. They get to stay where they're comfortable and familiar.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway.
Delayed game, offense.
They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Now Griffin down around his goal line. He's going to air one out. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now McCarron throwing on second. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And the Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now McCarron. And it's caught. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. No signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Both the Vikings and the Seahawks are not doing much on the ground, and it's easy to see why that would play into this low-scoring game. We'll have to see if either team gets it going on the ground in the second half. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10. Defense will get to the quarterback here. This ends up as a loss of 9. Vikings now later on the drive. Avrill's got to take down the QB here. This This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Seahawks take it at the 6. McCarron's going to look for space, and he caps off the 6-play drive with a score. They strike first in the half. Now 1st and 10. Reed's got to get to the quarterback here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. And with that, we'll send you back to Minneapolis, where Brandon and Charles are on the call.
Okay, Larry, back here, 7-0 our score as we ready ourselves for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Three yards to go here on second down. To throw, it's McCarron. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Throwing now is McCarron, and this is incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and that'll bring up second down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. McCarron now on the bootleg, and he locates Luke Wilson, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That was very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On the ground, this is Lacey. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw, McCarron. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anderson-Dejo. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Griffin. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. K.J. Wright. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eric Kendricks. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. McCarron to throw on 2nd down. He hits Baldwin right side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They give to Lacey running right. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
All right, here we go.
McCarron now to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Emerson Griffin in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Now here's McCarron on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. On 2nd down, Griffin. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
To throw is RG3. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Mike Bennett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Going deep for Diggs. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here we go. It's Griffin on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Give him 30 yards there. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st down, Griffin. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. Now it's Griffin. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts. And
keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try to pound it in with Lacy. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Eddie Lacy, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run coming from Eddie Lacy. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Griffin on first down. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Griffin on second down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Third and long. It's Griffin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After reviewing the play, the rookie on the field stands.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. McCarron going to throw it here. This one complete to Lacy. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Give to Lacy running right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. And he's got Lockett. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. C.J. Procise, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point try now for Walsh. And the lead is now 24. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes, Coach, say that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
The Vikings on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Griffin. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught at the 20. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. One last shot for RG3. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Seahawks, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the calendar changed October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out.